was working really well. Um, but the only thing that I changed really, I feel like, between Grants and the set that I sent to you and playing Zasa last night was I started doing it from a little bit further away. And I think that worked out a little bit.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if it's gonna work the same. So I'm telling you this with the to give you the insight about like how I'm looking at it kind of right now. But I am more open to like any interpretation for like what I'm doing bad in the set in general.
I think I'm going to
Um,
focus on neutral more. I think I'm going to focus on things that come up more broadly then, because it sounds like you
sure.
already have like you've done a lot of work into that micro situation. So I don't really feel like there's too much value in just like if you've already got a game plan and it's sounding like it's working and it's going to be and it's well thought out, it's technically sound, like mechanically sound, and on top of that you're finding success with it already. I don't feel the need to like refine it further if it's not even
Sure.
if I can't even see it here. So let's
No,
focus.
that's sense.
Yeah,
I
so
was
let's
gonna say I
focus
have
on
two
other
other
things.
problematic spots. I
Sure.
know it for sure. One of them is whenever I get a down air on him off stage, I like have no idea how to like secure a kill after I like spike him a little bit. He'll always come back up.
Sure.
The second one is what's happening right now on the screen, where he'll kind of there he landed like really quick, so I gotta
Oh,
grab
we get
whatever.
this is like the spot, right?
This is actually just two examples perfectly of like the two.
Okay.
So there, that down air, I never know how to cover, but the thing leading up to the grab right before it, he actually happened to land, so that's why I was able to get a grab. But right before, when he kind of like hovers above the ledge and like back airs out of a hit like forward air like that, he'll hover up there and wait. And I feel like I'm not really that good at calling out that landing. A lot of the time he'll land with like a nair or he'll double jump above the top plat and then come in like from the other side of the platform.
Oh yeah, you're all the way
This
over here.
yeah, but like I'll end up going like basically to the other side of the platform if that makes sense to try and hit him. But if I'm too far behind, then he just gets the ledge and then he kind of plays off that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So what I'm saying is like after you hit this fair, if you want to cover
Mhm.
that kind of stuff, you go all the way forward.
Yeah, well that's usually what I do.
Okay. And what happens?
He'll either wait above me and like wait for me to swing, and then come up with a landing. So I feel like I can't really like juggle him, like because obviously it's like Jigglypuff, she's got 9 jumps. Or what happens is he'll double jump to the top plat and either just go to the other side of the stage, he'll fall through to the center, or he'll fall through from the top platform or like in between the side plat and the top plat back to me in the corner, and I'll get like back here off stage or something.
Okay. So let's break this down. So you go like you've hit him here. Where on this red line do you want to be relative to him if you were to move forward? Let's say we do move forward. Where would we want to realistically be?
I mean, I would think like the fountain underneath the platform, if that
Right
makes
here?
sense. Yeah,
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 this makes
that's where
perfect
I'd
sense.
probably put myself.
I
Yeah.
think that's one of the good spots for sure. I think that this is like the I think this is the best balance of offense and defense in terms of like where we could go positionally. Like this is more aggressive, this is too passive. So I think this is good. I like that. Um it's but this is basically underneath the platform is basically like our like area of operations. Like this is kind of where we can be. We can go further technically, but like it's from here to about here, and then there's another point at the actual ledge where we like don't control it as much. So
Right.
from here, what do you think the plan is? Like once we like say dash or wave dash into this spot, like what do you think we do? So we are now here.
I mean, what I've been finding, Curtis tells me to do, and like what I think I should do is stay grounded. And before, what I was doing is dash dancing. Now I feel like it's just stand and kind of like wait to swat with either like a fair or an up tilt and just stay grounded. Because like if he's lower to the ground and he's like near the ledge, like I like to threaten down tilt at the ledge. I feel like that works pretty good.
I
Um,
agree.
so staying grounded, like just standing, kind of lets me do that, I guess. But
Yeah,
I'm
because
not really sure.
no, that all makes perfect sense. So like let's kind of break this down. So what are your threats from a standing position?
Uh, really just like fair and up tilt in my head, like up air kinda, but when he's in front of me, not really.
I mean, like
I
we
would
have this
say.
thing too. What am I drawing? Like what
Oh,
hit?
F smash. Yeah, F smash.
Yeah, we have all this.
Yeah,
This is
yeah, that's true.
what threats do we have? So we have fair, which would be like this curve,
Yep.
like probably around here, because you can also dash jump it. We have up tilt, which hits here. We also have up air, which hits here. We have our down tilt, which hits here. And yeah, so we have a very complete system. What do we have? Oh, we also have Nair, which hits here. So if we were to dash dance though, what are our threats? We'll do dash dancing in yellow.
I mean, yeah, I think it'd be the exact same thing minus the grounded hitboxes. I mean,
Okay.
unless you do pivot, but I probably wouldn't do dash dance pivot
So you have
juggle.
you have your fair, you have your Nair, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so we have much less presence, don't we?
We have fair, nair, and up air.
Oh yeah, fair, Nair, and up air.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
up air here, but you can see what I mean. We don't have anything for covering the ledge.
Yeah.
So that's.
I mean, I don't know. I think that's the. I don't know. I might be wrong. I mean, well, we could watch the set and see how it goes, but it usually is the case that like here he lands just by habit, but that's usually the angle he'll come in. It's like kind of like a diagonal one where it feels like Nair would be good to hit it on any other character, Nair fair, but I can never get the timing for it, you know? And I think standing makes me like predictable.
The problem is you're just not lined up for the Nair. Remember, Nair hits like kind of like this line like around you, right? But she's falling this way, so yeah, she back airs, she's angled correctly for it. That's the issue. And then when she lands, like when she's in this spot, your window is so small because what does she do when she lands?
Yeah, she'll just crouch her shield, roll, whatever.
Probably crouch, right? Because like especially if she sees you jump. So it's like, yeah, it's more. In fact, I think he did jump there.
Yeah, he might have. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so you didn't get a direct punish on the. You didn't get a direct punish. What you did was you got his next action, which is fair. Like that happens in spacing heavy matchups because a lot of times like you're countering the thing they do after their initial opener. But what I'm saying is like yeah, like Nair just doesn't have great odds against like the things that he's doing at the trajectories he's moving at. It's just all there is to it. So here's my question. So after you do this down air, let's forget what we want to hit. Let's look at what we can hit. So you're standing here. What is your thought process?
Well, usually I'll try and grab the ledge instantly to like if he's like close, I'll try and like invincible down air from ledge, but that's more of a bad habit I think than something I ever want to do. But I know it'll kill. If I'm like really patient and I'm playing quote unquote very good, I'll try and just do down tilt here, like just poke his head. I've tried doing like run off, double jump back on down air kind of thing. But I find that he's able to get like up air fair a little too easily sometimes. I don't know when to really do that. Like what's the position to throw that out at?
What if you
I know where the hitbox goes, but yeah.
Okay, so let's break this down. I'm gonna give this to you because this is yours.
Okay.
Sure. So let's talk about this situation here. Like this new one that's come up. Good, that's sent. Let's talk about this. So from here, you're saying you'd go for down air?
I mean, that's an option I would do, but like typically what I would do here is down tilt.
Okay, cool. So we can do this too. That makes sense. And I guess what he does is like what Faust does is he just kind of like hangs out like around here, right?
Yeah.
Like in this like ball, and then he just waits for you to miss and grabs, right?
Yeah, like he doesn't ever like pound out to the right kind of thing and try and get height and come back that way. It usually is just like he'll wait for until I'm done something and then sweet spot or try and hit me.
Right. So he'll basically got it. So he plays pretty close to you then. So he probably plays like around here.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense. So my question is if we know he's going to play around here, what can we hit him with instead that would be really, really good against his moves coming in from like this angle?
Like looking at it right now, my heart's telling me F smash, but I feel like I would do fair in tournament. I don't know why.
I think fair is so much better. Why would we not fair?
My thought is fair is like very weak. Like if I get like weak hit fair to hit him like outright.
Why is that
I don't
bad?
know. Maybe
Why is that bad though?
I feel like Marth is slow coming back and like weirdly bad off ledge when Puff is like recovering above him when he's on ledge. Like if I ever do, for example, like at the beginning of this clip, I did a ledge grab and Jigglypuff wasn't near me, but there's times later on in the set for sure because it happens at least a couple of times a set where like she's just near me while I'm grabbing ledge and I'm never able to like get her away from me. Like all my hitboxes miss from ledge for some reason. I don't know why.
So I'm thinking so how do we do the fair? What's your thought? How do we actually do the fair then?
I would wait till he's like, yeah, basically where he is right now, or like probably in the middle of that blue circle, and I would just do run off fair and then double jump back, or like double jump up, be back.
Yeah, like, okay, yeah, perfect. So I wouldn't, okay, so I wouldn't do the double jump. What I would do here, but I agree with you. We run off in fair to make a line, like, to cover this zone. And then where does Puff go? She goes over here. So this is 1. Where does Puff go from here?
I would say like the furthest star on the image, probably like not so high, but like that she'll end up there once knockback is done. I would think.
Okay, so like around here.
No, like I don't know how to describe it. Like
Guide by
horizontal
mouse.
with parallel with like Marth's head, like in terms of height. Yeah,
Here?
yeah, but like probably a little more down. Like maybe his hand is more accurate.
So like here.
Yeah.
And how far away?
Probably pretty close to like the line you drew, like a little further to the right. Probably like there, I would think.
Okay. How many jumps does she have? Okay, perfect. So we hit her here. Let's say well, we're just going to assume that's correct because this is your mental model. So how many jumps does she have left right now?
Oh, I have no idea. I never really count puff jumps, but does it matter much in this spot, do you think?
Yes, because she used 1 after. So remember, we spiked her, right? So that's 1.
Oh, okay.
One
I think I know
there
where you're
to
going
use
with
it.
this. Yeah.
Another one, and then to come forward, this is a 3rd one. She has 2 left, and they get smaller as she goes down her list.
Yeah, yeah.
So she's over here. She does not have many options.
I guess you're right. Yeah, that's not bad.
This is really not bad. This is really good. If we're holding the edge, here and she's recovering like this, we can just back air her. Like with invincibility, and there's nothing she can do about it. Cuz like once we have like this guarding this kind of territory, yeah, like we don't need power at this point. All she can do is just pound over and over and over again and recover into us. She has 2 jumps and they're her smallest ones. So like she gets 1 double jump rising pound to maybe like where do you think let's say she needs height. How high can she get, do you think? From here?
I would say right where the edge of that like red D that you drew.
Right here?
Yeah, pretty
Perfect.
much. Like
I think it's slightly lower, but I'm going to give this one to you anyway for one reason. Even if
I meant the edge like
like here.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. That's where I had it. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say she can get here. Heck, let's be generous. Let's say he does it like absolutely perfectly, like closet and everything, and gets like a slightly higher. This is our tipper forward smash zone. Like
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like and if she does it again, then she's out of resources, right? Like,
yeah.
This is phenomenal.
Okay, yeah, because my concern was like if I do the runoff fair, I guess I just wasn't really thinking about the fact that I literally just spiked her and she's used her jumps. Because I would think if I do this runoff fair, like I don't know, let's say I hit it down tilt and she had like all her jumps and I did this runoff fair, it wouldn't be nearly as good. I feel like she would go so high and then just either land on stage or grab the ledge before I do, kind of thing. But I think yeah, like a mid% when she doesn't have many jumps is probably not as bad.
Yeah, like her 3, like basically if we follow our path like here, because Marth is in his first starting position. This is his 1. So Marth being in his 1 runs off in fairs Jigglypuff as she goes here, putting her in 2. He goes here, grabs edge on 3 when she recovers out and she starts to come back, and then he can just cover everything with his back here or by getting on stage and tippering her. Like we have so much power here.
Yeah, I'm almost wondering if like instead of doing invincible back air, like I could just stay at 1 threatened down tilt, and if she's in the runoff fair, I'd be sooner to do that maybe, because even though it's not invincible, like it sends at a lower angle than back air. I don't know if that's better or not.
I think we have to do 1 back air for one reason. So remember, we're going off here. She goes to 2, we go to 2. So then we have to like come up with a B at the same time.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
3. Yeah. So we have to do 1 back air, and then she would go out here. Like if we followed the situation, this would be our 4, and then she would be over here with like 4, somewhere around here. So yeah.
Sorry, I thought you meant the back air for 2. That makes sense though. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Okay. No, that's good.
Do you find the numbers help kind of like parse out like the order of things and why we do them?
Yeah, I like it.
Cool.
Yep.
And do you think that you can apply this to like other spiking situations with Jigglypuff? Because I think there's a lot in there.
I think so. I don't know. To be honest, I don't really do many. Like, I kind of just do the F throw down air, and that's really it.
No, but I mean like in future ones, not like others.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
No, I think I could for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because like you might, a fair into down air might come up, another forward throw down air might come up, and like now that you have these, like this might, I feel like this helps.
No, it does for sure. Yeah, it's not something I would ever have done before. I'd probably just like fish for a tipper after a spike or another down air. So
yeah,
that's
it's like
good.
we can see how keeping her in like using weak moves can actually be advantageous here because it just kind of keeps her close and able to be like punished harder.
Yeah.
Like we're just keeping her in our grip, kind of. Oh, that would have been so cool, yo. Empty land up tilt.
Oh yeah, that would have been nice too, actually. Because I think I was going for upper there.
Yeah, you did, but I'm just
like just swinging. Yeah, no, that would have been nice too.
Oh, he just like grabbed.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
So,
this set, I was talking to Curtis. I feel like it's just a lot of me flubbing, a lot of him like capitalizing on it. But
so walk me through this this pivot tipper. So do you want this hitbox?
I don't want this hitbox necessarily. But I do feel like the pivot, like dashback pivot, works on him like a lot for whatever reason. Because he's pretty scared often of me doing either like a down air behind him or a lot of the time I'll do like a dash back pivot kind of thing. Or sorry, dash back down tilt kind of thing.
Oh yeah, no. I think the pivot here is great. I think that this is a phenomenal pivot tipper. I'm just wondering like why were we doing it so close? Like why not go here?
Yeah, it was just an input error, like execution.
Oh, okay, so you did mean to do that, but this is just like we had a short dash or something.
Yeah, no, exactly, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Moving on then. Oh. Love the get up attack, unironically.
No, it's so good against Jigglypuff for no reason. I feel like.
Okay, so here's the thing. So like you go for this jump, single hit Nair fast fall.
Oh really?
She's at 123. You just like up tilt her.
No, yeah, it makes sense. I just wouldn't think to do it. I'm like, oh wow, that's like surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that single hit Nair up tilt.
Well,
Because I do some single hit Nair combos. Like I'll usually do it after like a rising fair on a platform. I'll do like single hit Nair into like down air F smash kind of thing.
But I think that the reason I'm pointing it out in this situation though is because I feel like Puff's air dodge is something that people like panic against because they're like, oh my god, what do I do? Because she's so mobile and stuff. But like remember, all we have to do with single hit Nair stuff is just hit her before she's hits the ground, right? Like so we just need her like above here basically, maybe like here. And as long as this thing connects before she gets here, which is this entire distance, then we just like, fast fall L cancel. So Nair 1, I would say, is like a really important one for high percents.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, gives it also the other cool thing about Nair is that like because it comes out kind of like quickly, like where it hits at max range, it gets there right away. So then you don't have to like wait for the swing, which is like really key versus her because a lot of what she does is trying to like prey on the swing. Like if we look at if we actually go back here and look at like what he does with this back air, right? Imagine it like this could have been another situation where we could have Nair 1 possibly. You know what I mean? Because we just get here, we'd get before her foot comes out, or we might cut it off and then we just like go from there.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I'm not saying like do it all the time. Like there's going to be a lot of situations where it's going to look like it works, but it only does that because we have the luxury of like being able to freeze frame. But what I am getting at is it works a lot more than people think, especially against her who likes to jump, and air dodge and like just panic button to avoid death. So yeah, just it's a good option. Nice fair. That was a really well placed one. I love when you hit with like the very tip of like the flame 4, 5, and 5 hitboxes. It looks so sick.
Yeah, I've been doing that fair, and I've been doing neutral B up there too. Just 'cause I feel like a lot of Jigglypuffs are just like randomly lazy in between stocks. They'll like jump high, like peach floating or something.
Can you combo off this?
Yeah, I could do up tilt here.
I just feel like we like hit these. Like, I guess my question here is always like, if you are not like, if you see
Maybe a
that
Nair
this,
too.
I would do the up tilt. I think up tilt's just so much more reliable, but yeah, Nair could work as well. The only thing I was getting at is I feel like we hit her a lot and then we back off. Like, but
Yeah,
even
that's
when,
true.
even when we're doing like descending aerial and hit her in the spot where we want to hit her.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I think yeah, like in general, this set, like I said, this set was mostly just focused on like staying grounded, maybe mixing up tomahawks here and there. Well, actually, no, this one was actually just grounded. This set, I was talking to Curtis about tomahawks after grands, but I think if I was jumping, like yeah, I just wanted to go back to dash dancing. He said just for the purpose of this set was just camp him with dash dance.
Gotcha.
But because my timings were too mixed up. But I think even in general, like I don't really like being super close to Puff, so I don't know if even today I would confidently go for an up tilt there. But I think if I was reacting, I probably would, if that makes sense. I think that fair I was doing was just more of like a I'm landing with a new stock swing kind of thing.
I'm gonna give you one really good reason why it was important to go for that up tilt.
Sure.
Or the Nair, or whatever we do after the fair.
Mm.
The only reason that, so like imagine if we had gone for the up tilt and gotten like an actual combo off it, right? Like we put her to say like 50, 40. I don't know what we get off of like fair Nair or fair up tilt, but like let's just pick a number, like say like between like 30 and 60 damage, somewhere in that range.
Mm-hmm.
If we get the high end of it, then we can kill her when we come back from this. But because we didn't convert, we can't.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so it's like, I know that people like kind of comment on like, you know, Jigglypuff, you don't get combos anyway. Just like, just play back, go back to neutral. No, not always, because like we need to make sure that she's at the can kill her on rest punish, so she can't go for cheese, in the combat situation that follows us resetting to neutral, because she will look for those. She knows that she has a window of opportunity.
Yeah, no, I feel the same. I feel like kind of similarly when people are talking about like, oh, don't hit Jigglypuff out of pivot percent, like then she's too hard to kill, and I'm like, well, I can still kill her, you know, and even if I die, like it's not that crazy.
Oh, this is so nasty. Yo, let's go. I love that you didn't turn around.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I guess yeah, if I didn't turn around and maybe I land on platform or something, but
no, I just think it's swag.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know why. That's a common misconception that it's like stronger on turnaround. It's the same.
Yeah, no, smashers don't know anything.
Yeah.
You get used to it.
That's funny. I hate this situation so much. The getting off ledge here. It's so tough.
I think you're just.
I
think you're being way too like impatient. Like you're.
I think so. For this, that was the vibe of this set. It was like a quick 3-0, but yeah.
Okay.
What I do now is I'll kind of gauge Jigglypuff's distance and wave land on. But I think just in like you said, I was just impatient. I just got unfair. Kind of thing I wanted to play.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, when we grab the edge out of a scramble like this, so one tip, like, one big thing, when we grab the edge out of a scramble, like getting hit onto it from a move, how good do you think your cliff weight release was?
Oh, probably not too good here. Actually,
it was good here,
it's pretty good.
Like, yeah. But you didn't know because you just told me. You thought it was like not good, but then it was good. It's because we're not really doing it at our rhythm. We're doing it at the hit rhythm, and the hit rhythm is what we don't practice. So stop, like finding a time to refresh, like whether it's I like ledge with Marth. I really like ledge hop invincible fair here because it doesn't really have to be that perfect. For you to have the invincible hitbox, and if he's not set up for it, it's really difficult for him to punish it too, right? So I like doing that just as a way to like prime myself and then get my whatever my actual recovery is ready. Do you see how that could be beneficial?
I do, yeah. I think the thing that throws me off here is like it's kind of hard to, for me, it's hard to decipher like when I'm gonna actually get off ledge against Jigglypuff. I feel like she covers like every option Marth has pretty solidly with like full hop or short hop back air here. Makes it like kind of awkward.
Okay.
And even like, cause even if she like, if the fair whiffs and she's like near me, like She's pretty good at like reading a roll or something out of that, I think. It's like weirdly bad to be on top of Jigglypuff, I feel like.
Okay, so what would happen if you just landed here?
I think Fair would probably hit if she short hop back here towards me. If I just landed and shield, I'd probably be pushed back to ledge.
Okay,
It's like,
but you're not killed.
no, I'm not killed. Yeah, it's just a matter of like figuring out the spot in between. I think equally as much as I'm not killed, she'll reset to the same spot, you know?
Hmm.
I think it's not until she like backs off a little bit that that waveland off becomes a little better. But I'm not good right now at staying patient at the ledge and like waiting until she gets off because there's nothing I can really do. I feel like to scare her off either. It's like the worst spot to be in this matchup, I think.
Okay, so we had success with making kind of like a diagram of like her moves and how we can like operate around them with the spike thing. Do you want to try with that one here? Want to try one?
Yeah.
Here?
No, that sounds good.
Okay, cool. So we've got our players' starting positions.
Hmm.
So we're gonna use this one just because it's a good visual.
Yeah, no, I think that sounds good.
So let's begin. Let's take it from the top. So we're gonna mark these as 0 because these are where we currently are, and then we're gonna go from there. So this is you, and she's gonna be blue because she's unhappy.
Yep.
So, and also Faust is blue. So talk to me. We go here, Waveland.
Yeah, I mean, one is different for me, I feel like, depending on where I think they're gonna go. More often than not, it would be a fair where like the fair would end up, I don't know if you see like the yellow S or Saturn ring on the
Yes.
but like edge of there, yeah. That's where the fair would probably end up, I'd say.
So,
Not like all the way in, but like pretty far.
Okay. So we've just gotten hit for going for fair, so maybe we don't go for fair. Like that's my that's my thinking. Like we've just like you see what I mean? Like we went for it and then she counter hit us by hanging back. So let's try a different approach.
Sure.
Let's say we double jump up here. So would you say double jumping up here would be 1, or would it be the waveland that's 1? Like what's our play?
I mean from this, if she's at 0,
Mm-hmm.
it's like a weird thing. I don't know how to describe it. Like if she's at 0, I would gauge like and try and guess what she's gonna do by jumping directly above the ledge, like kind of doing like a fake waveland, if that makes sense. Just double jumping above it. But yeah, 1 would definitely be like as close to the edge as I could possibly be landing on stage.
So let's talk about ranges for a second. Where does Jigglypuff's back air hit? It's like it hits out to here and then she can jump forward, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she can. Yeah, if you mean instant,
Yeah, instant back.
that seems about right. Yep.
Cool. So then this is her body basically.
Mm-hmm.
So then where can she move? Like if she jumps like this way, it moves out here, right? Like
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So it moves out about here. Can she go any further with a rising back air?
No.
Okay. So this would be the rising range, like this right here. So then my question here would be, what about falling back air? She can hit the she can hit you from she can hit the ledge from here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but she has to fall, right?
Yep.
Cool. So let's represent that by like this by like a different blue so we don't get confused.
Sure.
So like this, and then it would be like here.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe like, yeah. So
I'd say probably right to where you have it ending, to be honest.
Yeah, so like around here-ish.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. And the point of this is just so that we have like our point, like we have like kind of her effective range, but we know that this one is slower because this one is falling. So with this in mind, and yeah, I'm just going to define this a little bit better. So like that, like it goes up to this line. It doesn't actually like hit you. So with this in mind, we know that the only thing that she can do to hit us is this descending back air. If we recover into this spot, the only thing, like right here, the only thing that she can do is this one. Not both of them, but this one. So, with that in mind, what do you want to do?
So, I it's a hard question because like if we look at where Marth is with 0, I would probably actually put 0 like when he's on the ledge, you know?
Okay.
Like physically like grabbing it. Because if he's down here, I think by the time I get up, Jigglypuff could start, could not start, and I don't think I have a quick enough reaction time to kind of make that out. At least when I'm coming back up, I'd have to decide while I'm on. So I'd have to waste like a little bit of invincibility, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So I agree with you. So we'll put
Yeah.
we'll put 0 at this while holding the edge. So
Yeah.
where do we go from here? Do we go on stage from 1? No, from 0.
I mean, I probably would. If I think that she can't make it in time, yeah. I mean, it makes sense to me. The only problem is, I guess from 1, quote unquote, if I make it to there,
Yeah.
getting anywhere else is like really annoying. Like it's still like scrapping with Jigglypuff, you know?
Okay, so like you go into 1, and then let's say where does she go? She goes for this like thing here.
Yeah, well, the thing is she could land in between like her 0 and 1, if that makes sense. Like she could land between light blue and dark blue. She could land behind me. She
But what
could
what do you think what do you think he's gonna do?
I think probably just go like above the top platform for Jakob specifically.
You think
But
that if you recover into 1, he's gonna go here?
I think he's gonna hit me and then yeah, go back out.
So if he hits you, like, can he land here again, or does he land closer?
Did he answer?
If he hits you, if he jumps out and hits you, where can he land? Can he go all the way back here, or does he have to land closer?
No, I guess if he's doing it for the light blue, he probably does have to land like in front of me crouching.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, like,
probably like there, yeah.
Yeah, so this would be his 1. So then from there, he pushes you onto 2, which is the ledge again. And now his new position is... Yeah, because like he'd land here, and then like on your next actionable position, he'd be in like 2. So like he's wound up, he's actually now closer to us here. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So now he's actually more fairable.
Yeah, a little bit.
No, a
like
lot.
for sure he is. For sure he is, but I would think he would just shield it. But I mean, if I think he's gonna shield, I could wave land just as much, so that's not bad.
Yeah, like we've created a new situation, one that's more favorable for us.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
like
makes sense.
instead of this being like we're pinned, can't do anything, like it's now we have a mix-up, and like we also have timing mix-ups because we could also Nair because we can attack his shield safely from the ledge, right? If he's shielding. So yeah, we have options now.
Do you think? How do I guess maybe I've skipped over this in my head, but how can I make him do from 0 to 1? Like, because I would think
you get up here and you shield.
Yeah. Okay.
You got it.
So I just have to start that get up there and shield at a good timing. Then I guess is what you're saying, right? Because I'm not good at getting the glint yet. I practice it, but it's not in my consistency yet.
The other thing is you could also do like the fake, like again, he's playing around you like coming up, right? So you could also because he's playing around the fair. That's what we see here in this position. Like
Yeah.
Like
what I normally like to do is do fair regrab. I don't do it in this clip, but yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, no, I've seen you do that. I think it's really good. But like you can see he's hitting your outstretched hand.
Yeah.
So like what I'm saying is if he's clearly spacing in like this conservatively, we can probably just like empty land here and walk forward. And if he doesn't like or dash forward into shield too. And if his like back air doesn't hit us when we come up, that's like that's a new situation we could have. So like I'll use yellow for this one because it's like kind of quick. Like let's say we go here and like let's say he goes here, right? No, or goes here, but his back air doesn't hit us because we're like further back, right?
Right.
So then on this one, his next position is here. And our position is here. So what I'm saying is we dash here to 2, like to this spot basically, and we shield. And then he basically has to take a gamble with whether or not he goes for a grab or not. A grab or like an aerial or like he can grab our shield, but he doesn't have many other things that like outright counter it. Because yeah, if he back airs that close to us, we can probably just Ferret shield on him, right? So
yeah.
What we can do is we can pressure him using our range, like our out of shield range. And if he doesn't go for the grab, then, you know, we're okay. We're okay with that generally. And if he does go for the grab, then he's basically read us. So we could have rolled or some. Then that tells us we can roll, we can spot dodge. But like we've got options that can address his grab later.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I like to do in the 1 position a lot of the time is I kind of jump in the arc of like an upside down L almost. Like I'll jump straight up and then double jump or drift to the right. I feel like Jigglypuff is like really bad at dealing with that. She can't reach me immediately, you know? Like she can't cover either both the vertical height or the horizontal height is something I read once.
Yeah, she has trouble with that. Yeah, because she kind of like moves in one direction well, and then can kind of like wiggle in it, but like she doesn't really like move into these dynamic ones effectively. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think that's really good. I think that's a really good idea. I'm not sure I'd do it at 70 at 77. I think it's probably better at low percents, like at very low percents weirdly, because it's the one spot where she can't up tilt you and she can't force you into like, if you're too low to be back air chained or up air rested, it feels much better. I think that's my take on it, because I think that like her play would be like she jumps up here and hangs out here, and then she just like takes a gamble. But if you taking the hit means you can just counter hit fair her, then that's really good. So yeah, if you're at like 10, I think that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if she can hit a lot of the time, because if she chases you, like you can kind of just down air swat her away kind of thing.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, but now we're getting into a baiting game, because she could also like
yeah.
But
exactly.
The point is we understand each other. Cool. So I like that. I like that. I think it's a little I think it's more situational, but than the stuff on the ground here, because this keeps us more
I do
flexible.
too.
But like I like that idea. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I think it opens up. If she starts trying to cover that, then I can just like literally run through underneath her to center.
Yeah. And the other thing is, like, I don't see why this wouldn't also play well with the shielding thing, because if you come up and she's like jumping up to like, like it all works together.
That's where I like doing it the most, is usually just out of shield.
And then he does, okay. He thinks he's so good. He thinks he's so good.
Yeah, that's a two-piece combo. It's really cool.
No, it started with a back throw. 3-piece. It was the third piece, the missing piece all along.
Yeah.
He's very good, but like, my god, he is coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't rest? Like, that was a rest, right?
This one could have been, yeah, the fair. Yep.
Yeah, that was like so free. Okay, so talk ledge pressuring to me. Actually, no, never mind. You clearly know what you're doing. That was like super good. Nice.
I don't think so. I think I could use a lot of work at the ledge.
No, ledge pressuring, like attacking.
Oh, like, well, yeah, I don't think I'm too good at it. Like,
okay, so that forward smash was kind of ratchet, but like,
yeah,
like this, like, okay, so
like here's where I would down tilt probably after I double jump on. Right here, like I would normally down tilt that, I feel like.
And I think that's really good.
Yeah.
I think that like the good moves here are like down tilt, run off fair, short hop, and then like fair down. We're basically covering this zone and these zones.
Right. Okay.
Forward smash.
So yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Forward smash is okay, but it's just too committal, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, I was just say maybe if I just start mixing in the counting the jumps and doing that edgeguard flowchart sequence a little more, maybe it will turn out a lot better. But it does feel like he gets away with it quite a bit.
Yeah. Well, we don't know the counterplay yet.
Yeah.
Like we can't evaluate it with like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'll try it out.
I think you're gonna really like it, because it gives you a lot of ways to be aggressive, and I think that's like something that you've been wanting but haven't been able to access. Would that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's pretty close. Like, I think that's definitely true. I feel like lately people haven't been giving me shit for it lately, which is kind of funny because like I'm not necessarily being like super more aggressive. It's just I'm hitting a little harder. But I think in general, do you really think so? I feel like I actually think I've been playing like very similar to what I normally do.
It's because of stuff like this. Here, watch.
Mm-hmm.
So you actually kind of like, it wasn't like a very good, it wasn't a very deep overshoot, but you did attack the space behind him.
That's true. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I used to do that quite a bit. I don't know.
I feel like you would have been like exactly one baby Marth wave dash further back.
You'd have back? Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, like you're actually going into the corner, and I think that people know when they're called out. So yeah.
Okay. But yeah, what I was gonna say is I think overall my goal across a lot of matchups right now that I think is a difference maker is I'm just really, really bad at edge guarding and I don't kill. Like and I get so many opportunities to do it, I feel like. I just don't do it.
Okay. Why? So here's one thing that you can do that would be, I think, really good for you.
Mhm.
Actually, what do you think I'm going to suggest? You hit this fair. Then what?
Do you mind keeping it going a little bit? Yeah. Here, I feel like I would probably do weak up air and to try and like fair him back the other way because I don't think there's really anything I get other than maybe turn around side B to keep the combo going.
I would have double faired him, but I would have done the drift differently.
Yeah, that also makes sense. I feel like that would have been ideal because I get one similar like this. I remember later on in this game, I just kill him at like 50 with up B.
Yeah, so like I would have. So
Yeah.
again, like I would have like tried to drift here,
Mhm.
so then I could double jump up here onto the platform and keep.
Oh, yeah, that's good actually.
Yeah. Or you can
Yeah,
also
okay,
nair.
I like that.
You can also nair to hit him away because again, like it's
Yep.
fine. But yeah, like the problem is you got in front of him because you could have like seen like look. You have to look at his trajectory when he's getting hit. Like he's going so close into you. At this point, when I see how our bodies are lined up, I would be pulling back.
Mm. Okay.
So then I can hit him forward the way I want him to.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the land on the platform, especially because if he gets popped up like that, if I'm like super quick and the stars align, I could maybe even grab him, which would be like he'd be so mad.
The other thing that like, oh yeah, no, that would be hilarious. The other thing that jumped out at me is you just like do it the way you did it, and I don't know if it would work, but you double jump. Like this would probably require claw, but you double jump backwards here. With
Yeah,
reverse
okay, I see
fair,
what you're saying. Yeah,
with reverse
yeah,
fair, and then you like try to hit him this way.
that would also be really cool.
That'd be nasty. That'd be
Yeah,
so
that'd be
sick.
sweet.
Again, the highlight.
funny.
If you like, you would no matter what his record was against you forever, you'd just be like, remember that time I like reversed like fared
Yeah.
smashed you on Yoshi's, and then you
Yeah.
exploded at like 60. That was sick. I like that combo. Like, what did you? What about you, Faust? Did you like that combo? Like, yeah.
I posted a really cool one of it the other day where I did like a similar rising fair, just not as like drifted in, but I got like a single hit Nair into downer off it. Mike was freaking out on. I'll show it to you really quick. It's really cool.
Yo, I love seeing combos. One thing here, why did we back here and not down here?
Do you mind going back a little bit before the aerial comes out?
Yeah, so he like forward smashed and missed.
Okay. Why did I back her? Is it a downer?
Yeah, because she appears, she falls off the ledge.
That's interesting. Yeah. I guess I would just think that he'd be shielding in the spot and not actually falling off. It's like almost surprising to me that he kept holding out. But because like normally if instead of back air, what I do here even is I do a nair. You know.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
that was the other one I thought about.
Yeah.
But,
Nair is what I do more often than not.
Okay. So Nair makes sense. Like Nair would definitely work. Why if he's facing off stage? Okay, hype. Let's see here. Oh wait. Okay, yeah, it has to. Let's take a look. See what nonsense.
Red was doing 70-star runs.
It's just funny.
And I was gonna raid him, and I like opened up his stream on my computer. For this instantly, it's just like.
Oh my god! Yo. Yo.
It's yeah, that's the downer I do more often than not. You know.
That's so sick.
Yeah,
That's
that was
actually-
pretty cool.
That's actually so nasty. Okay, so here's the thing: if he shields here, why is down air like is down air really that bad if you just full drift in?
I kind of think so, honestly. I don't know. I feel like it'd be laggy enough where he could like way dash forward, grab.
No, but he gets put if he shields, you're hitting him here, like right on the corner. He gets pushed off.
I guess you're right. Yeah, no, he probably would. Yeah, downer's not that bad then.
Well, that's why the Nair works, right? Because like the first
Yeah.
hit like pushes them off, and the second one like hits them when they're in the air.
Yeah, because in my head, why the Nair is good in this spot is because it's like a multi-hit. So it's like by the time the second hit comes out, like they can't punish between the first and the second, really. So by the time the second one comes out, like you're more drifted into stage. That's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah.
But the down air also works too.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So you have the idea with the Nair, right? It's just that like the reason that all that happens is because of the push off. So then
Right.
like all we're doing with the down air is we're using the push off as a form of safety. Like maybe she gets a back air, but that's like the literal worst thing that she can do to us, and and I don't even think she can if we just full drift in.
Yeah.
Nice counter.
Thank you. Do you mind going back to the up airs there? I struggle in this spot a lot, and I know like up air is just like a really good move for Jigglypuff, but I really struggle down, especially after this second up air that comes out. Like I get up aired twice because I miss my slide off, and I get hit again in spot dodge. But after this one, I really struggle landing from like these after I double jump high like this. I feel like it always trades, or like I'm never like hitting it right. I don't really know like what I should be doing in this spot. I feel like it's like tough. I try and like down air him sometimes. There, I think I was just a frame off, but I don't know.
So I think that the problem is you're like staying above, like you're staying directly above him, so he doesn't have to move. So he doesn't have to move to hit you.
Yeah, I mean that's something I've been doing new. Because before, what would happen is I would go for edge cancel a lot. Like Zane will do like edge cancel down air and he'll get away from them. Like, and I get that the idea is like kind of stay diagonally to them, but I don't know. I feel like he's always hitting me before I'm able to get that out, and I don't know if it's because I'm like slow at edge canceling, or it's like too
it has nothing
predictable.
It has nothing to. The edge cancel is like a bonus. It's not the thing we're playing for.
Hmm.
So the reason we go here. So the problem with this is that like all you can do is basically come down with your attack, or stall with side B, and she doesn't have to really do anything. She can just like hang out here and she's fine. So
Yeah, I feel like even stall with side B, like she just has enough jumps. She just gets to hang out anyway.
right. So what we do is we move. What if we're here though? What does she have to do to hit us?
I mean, I would think back air, forward air, or like meet me preemptively and do up air.
Well, her back air hits here, right? So she would have to do what?
Oh, sorry. Jump up to the left and then back air kind of thing.
Right.
Is what I
know
mean.
that she's jumping up to the left, then we can like air dodge or something and move this way. Because if she's going here, we can go here.
Yeah, okay. So is the second the high dot you're saying is where I should drift towards, and then if she has to match it, then it kind of makes it trickier for her to actually hit it, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so what I'm saying is this is already a good position.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is how this started. So you like you jump like so that you're above her basically, right? But what I'm saying is that doesn't really make any sense because she has to like once you're in this spot, like she has to like basically like wait for you to give a cue before she knows what she's even supposed to do. Because your moves are like sword based, right? So she's going to lose unless she's lined up properly. So like this is actually I think really the key situation, not this one. I'll still give this one to you, but like let's take a look at the kind of like source of all this. So let's look at here. So tell me what we do to make her life difficult. Like what hasn't worked? So what do you want to try?
I mean, what I would want to do is land on the side platform and shield maybe, like shield and shield drop if she tries to hit me, or waveland on the platform would be like really good. I feel like the waveland on the top platform if I could, but
let's fix our stance first.
Yeah, okay, so side B the other way?
Yeah, what happens if we side B here? So this is our first move, okay? This is our one.
Yeah.
What does she do?
She probably would try to full hop like near the top platform, but I don't know how high Jigglypuff's full hop is. I'd want to say it's like, yeah, that looks right.
Yeah. No, I've spent a lot of time fighting this character, trust me.
Yeah, no, I'm not doubting you.
Okay, so now here we still have our double jump because we haven't used it. So this is her one. So my question here is, what do we do from here? Like where does she? She's probably around here, right? Like this is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because she wouldn't jump. She wouldn't jump exactly to here. She'd probably wind up here.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So who has advantage if Jigglypuff is below us at a diagonal and we're coming down with Marth?
I think it depends on like who's at what spot, but I would say more often than not probably Marth.
Why?
I don't know. Well, because Marth, like, I feel like Jigglypuff is kind of like weirdly bad at covering like diagonal angles. Like,
yeah, she is.
Out of a full hop. So it's like Marth fair and down air kind of cover that pretty well, but they're not out for long, you know? So it's like either you have to like fast fall and get the right hit at the right time, which can be like awkward with her drift, or you could like double jump another direction and try and mix her up that way, but ultimately you're going to be trying to do the same thing after you double jump. So I think it's just a matter of, it's kind of similar to like the ledge, I feel like, where you're trying to like make her do something with your movement.
Yeah, so I think that, so what happens if we fast fall onto this side platform and with fair? And like attack this zone.
Yeah. So I mean, if I were to do that, probably like air to air, Marth fair would probably be fine against back air as long as I'm like retreating because it'll outrange it.
Or in
But
place, in place too, because again, like we have advantage here, right? Like we're going down, we're going straight down. We already have a good angle. She has to like fix her foot. She has to like do something to gain the upper hand here, and I don't see how she does it. Or
I
you
feel
see
like
that she can.
I think if it were in place, she could probably mix between like drift like full to the right back air or slightly fall a bit, double jump up air and kind of trade with me, like just to keep me up. But because I do know that like in place beats it, but in my head when I visualize it, I'm like I can see like the very like furthest point of fair beating it in place, but the other ones I'm not as sure. But like retreating, it feels just like so much easier, you know,
I actually don't like
to beat back air.
I actually don't like retreating for one reason.
Why is that?
So Marth's whole problem is that his moves are only out for a bit, right?
Yeah.
So what does retreating do? It means that he's swinging and pulling away, right? So his hand is exposed and it's not threatening the opponent.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I can see that.
I actually think that it's in place or towards them that we want. Because this way,
yeah, that's not too bad, I don't think.
Yeah, but
I would worry about trades.
Yeah, but like the trade here is okay because like we have this platform to work with. Like we get hit on it, we probably edge cancel off the side over here, especially if we're moving forward, because we have like this distance to work with, right? But my point is, our fair comes out faster than her back air, even on the later hits, because her back air hits on like 8 or 10 or something, and ours is on like 4 through 7. So it's still faster than hers. We still have a speed advantage. I think that means we want to play to that, and we don't really do that if we're pulling away from her.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I'm just trying to visualize this right now. So you're saying from side B turnaround, that's one.
Yeah, because she spends her side B turnaround time going up to 1 herself, like going up here to her 1. And
you're landing on the platform.
Yeah, we're going to here.
Okay.
This would be our
edge
2.
Edge of the platform?
It's either
like, is that edge cancel bonus, you said?
It's one of these 2 spots.
Okay.
Like somewhere in this line.
Okay. Would you risk falling through it ever in this spot, or do you think it's good to always throw out the hitbox?
I would, as my level 1 play, like as my starting point, I would definitely throw out the hitbox because I want her to be... I don't want her to just like feel like she can just jump up here and do whatever she wants.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Besides,
yeah, that makes sense.
Besides, like, what's the advantage to not doing it? That's my question. Like, what do we get from that?
I would think you land a little quicker, like fast fall with no landing lag, and then maybe you can like shark her from underneath. I feel like that gives you a lot of mileage on this stage, especially.
True. I don't like the amount of time that I'm going down naked, though.
No, that makes sense. Like, I think you're definitely right. It's probably better as like a level 2 kind of thing.
I don't even know if I would do it at level 2, honestly, because hear me out. So if we do this fair and she like hangs out, like if we do this fair and then correctly, in response to it, she goes over here, right?
Yeah.
We're just here and we're still diagonal to Jigglypuff.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like, it's still like, I feel like the advantage of being here to here isn't as good as the advantage of being here. Like, it's not significantly better enough than the advantage of, like, it being here to here with Jigglypuff is not significantly better enough than being here to here with Jigglypuff for me to want to, like, take this risk.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not saying you always do this fair, but I'm just saying that, like, I wouldn't use this as my, like, mix-up point. I would probably want something more that's, like, more, that's just outright better than this if I'm going to be going through the effort of that.
Yeah, be like a shield drop fair or a, I don't know.
I mean, honestly, what I'm thinking it would be,
if it hits, you can maybe even F smash.
You still have your double jump too. That's the other cool thing about this. So remember, as you're coming down, because we haven't actually used our double jump, like we just We've just
Yep.
side B to turnaround. So we still have mix-ups with this platform too, if we want to go here and like fuck around with these. So I think that's something that
Yeah,
would make
okay.
sense would be like double jump
Yeah.
down air into like potentially a kill, like a tech chase kill or something. That could
Yeah.
make sense for like being worth the extra like effort. But I would never, just a slightly better sharking position. Nah.
No, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I like that more.
Dude, Faust clawed this back.
I
Yeah, I'm
actually
like
really
you.
okay. So let's do this. So you do the side B because this one happens a lot. This
Yep.
is the spot where you do your play.
The fair.
No. The fall through the platform. Because remember,
Oh, okay.
because we don't have the jump. So like the reason we have better mix-ups in the original situation is because we do not have our jump. But he's like clearly like hanging out here because he's like waiting for you to like hang yourself, right? That's why he's
Yeah.
falling away here. So what I'm
Yep.
saying we do is we just fast fall to the ground and challenge him. Because we will beat him in that race, and if he hits us with his back air this way, we just have this entire stage over here to DI, and he's no longer comboing us.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Do you see anything else here?
I mean, I would have hoped to slide off that. I don't know if I could, but
Yeah, you could slide this off for sure, I think.
yeah. I mean, the other thing I would see is like down air edge cancel. Like I know it's like a little extra, but something I've been told is really good that I could try and do is like if I'm landing ever, you can do, or if like I'm above someone, you can do like down air edge cancel into teeter, turn around shield drop. That's like a really good timing mix up.
What if you just down air edge canceled into like back air here?
I don't know if I would get it from where I started. Unless you mean like on the right side, like shield drop back here.
No.
But
I meant on the left side. Like, is there a way that we can get this one? But I think that you're right. I think we're just too close.
Yeah. I think if I started more to the right, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. Because I think that the problem here is like, we're hit up here. And then we're kind of like DI at this zone, and then he misses this. Yeah, I think that we need it. I think that... Did you fast fall, you think? Or is this just like Marth's normal fall? I don't think you fast fall.
I think that's normal fall, yeah.
Yeah, so like even fast falling could like be another way to like play that situation better. Because I think you could have actually hit him after that if you had just like gone into him.
Yeah.
Like if you just go over, like if you just like dive bomb into him with fast fall right now.
Yep. No, that would definitely hit, I think.
And like that.
I think that's probably what I tried to do. I might just missed it.
I think that you had like I think that's one of the things you thought about doing, but I think it looks like you had like a lot of things that you were thinking about doing.
Yeah, that might be right.
Because you're like, we've got edge cancels over here that you want to try. You've also got like hitting him, like. But yeah, I think that like simple is better when it comes to defense, if possible, because defense is hard. Defense.
Yeah,
is...
no, that's true.
And yeah, like staying consistent. Yeah. I do like a lot of your ideas. I think that the edge cancel... I think that going for more edge cancels, because I know I've seen Zane have a lot of success with, like, edge cancel down air into stuff. Like, I think that's a really good idea. But I think that, like, the best thing for you right now is to just kind of, like, learn the basics of, like, how to... what your options coming down are, and kind of, like, pay attention to the positions you're creating as he's responding to, like, where you move. Because, yeah, like... That's really like the kind of the through line between the free fall and the offstage one. Like a lot of time, and the ledge pressure thing. Like all of them have to deal with like where does he go after he's hit? Like where does he go after we act, and how do we play off of that? Because yeah, almost everyone needs a setup to beat Marth's things because they're just so good. Aww.
I just don't think you get it, Boba Fett.
Like, do you see what I mean, though, about, like, him needing a setup if he's not, like, if he's, not, like, in a lot of these situations, even when he's at, like, a little bit of advantage?
Yeah, I think so. I think... Yeah, I mean, I probably do. I might not see it so obviously, because it's, like... I do think I have a decent sense of, like, his rhythm and, like, what he does. So I feel like what that really means is that I have a decent idea of, like, what he likes to do in those setups. But I don't think I have like enough matchup experience in this one to like know what else is possible in a lot of these spots, you know?
Yeah, okay, so here's an easy one. I remember seeing something that came up that was like this. Okay.
Yeah.
So you get comboed off. You get comboed off stage going this way, and you like you double jump into down air. And he has to he can't challenge this even though he's below you. You see what I mean? Like he has to respect this because if he goes into it, he'll lose. So he has to land and then come up and set up shop below you. So if you were another character, if you were say I don't know, Sheik or something, do you think he'd have to do that?
No, because I mean I have a sword.
Right.
That.
Yes. This is what I'm saying though.
Yeah, I think I'm clicking. Yeah.
Yeah, because he has to respect this. This is now a mix-up. This is now no longer a given. We don't have to necessarily do this. We could have easily just not gone for this and wave landed across the platform and taken stage back.
Right. Okay.
Because he's respecting that down air because he has to. But we don't.
Yeah.
But we're doing it anyway. You're doing it anyway out of self-defense, which is understandable. Last stock game too, he's up one.
Yeah,
I get it, but at the same time, you can start to see where there's opportunities where we can cheat and use, even though we have bad up close things, because they have to give us some amount of respect in a lot of these spots. We can kind of gamble with that and take advantage of it.
Yeah, it lets me go in a little bit more.
Yeah.
So it's kind of similar to the fall through fair. It's just not the risk isn't there as much, you know. There's no real advantage to it compared to the other stuff we were talking about. But the idea is kind of similar. It's he has to respect. Yeah. Okay.
The fall through fair is actually a very the reason the problem with the fall through fair for me has nothing to do with whether or not it won't work. It will work. I think and it shows that you understand this idea. So that's the real value of it. It's just in this specific micro situation, I think there's better stuff. But the better stuff still uses that sword thing.
That same concept, yeah.
Because it's we're talking about double jump down airing, because then by not double jump down airing, if we double jump for the platform, then that is where we get the wavelengths. That is where we can set up shop again. That is where all of our things come alive.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's where Zane is so good at dealing with Hungrybox with the where is it? We were talking about it earlier. The first screenshot with all the scribbles, the Jigglypuff above the ledge, right?
Yeah.
Zane is so good in that spot in particular that I'm I actually don't know how to do it, but I think that's probably just what's going on. He's representing something, or Hungrybox is playing around something rather, and I'm just not paying attention more to that, I guess.
You know what? Let's do we're over time, but it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Let's take a quick look at Zane Hungrybox. Collision, lovely.
Yeah. The way these two play on I don't know what a good example. I feel it's every stage really comes down to it, but
let's use it.
Maybe not.
Let's use Fountain of Dreams just because it's a good comparison point, because that's where we did ours. So let's take a look at let's look at the start of the match and we'll go from here. Okay, so he's getting hit. And you see how he's doing the same thing. Hungrybox has to respect the sword, so he's Zane. That's who he gets the edge cancel.
Sorry, where is he respecting it in that spot exactly? It's
this entire time.
He's just able to jump up here.
Yeah, but if he jumps, what I'm saying is that if Hungrybox jumps up here, he's going to lose to the down air unless he's set up for it, and he's not.
Right. Yeah.
So then Zane uses that to get that edge cancel to set up that to get off safely.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm just so bad at describing situations because I'm yeah, that's what I was trying to say, but yeah.
No, that's okay. It's hard to describe this game, so it is a skill. So yeah, this is it. So look at how he's sharking here. So up air.
Yeah.
And then
he's threatening up air here.
And then he gets him in with this back air.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is this is what he was threatening right here. So he's doing these fairs. He gets this fair up airs. Boom.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. Right, see that's what happens a lot with me against Faust. I feel it's those two double fairs, and I'll swing with fair, and Hungrybox just waits up at the top, and he wave lands on top flat. But I mean, Zane clearly is okay at dealing with that. So
Well, yeah, like you saw him do like the double hit Nair like at the peak of his time, so that the second one's coming down, so he's totally safe from shield drop. Like that Nair was amazing too. Like he's just got so many like good considerations here. Hungrybox is playing phenomenally too. Like this is probably the best he's ever played. Like this is the best I've seen him play like ever. So yeah, like this is. See, he's threatening all these different zones. He plays that standing position no longer than necessary, covers that when he goes through him. Like, this is so good. Do you see? Are you getting any ideas?
Man, I like the way he's starting fair, and I think I need to pay more attention to how Zane moves in the corner there.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the way Zane does it versus the way I do it is like I'm very in place when I'm in that spot. Like when you were talking about like there's a range that you can play in. I feel like I'm only playing in the one position, but when I'm watching Zane now, he's moving back and forth quite a bit. Like he's going to cover him going to the top plat, or like he's going to cover him coming down diagonally.
Well, so that range is where that range I described, like under the fountain side plat, is really just the first position. That would be our 1 in our diagram. So like what Zane is doing is Zane has like all the 2s lined up based on where Hungrybox goes. That's the difference. Like we have our 1 really thought out there in that first diagram, but like we don't have the additional steps. We don't have like the 2 and 3 and stuff.
Right.
Like that's so like those Nairs were so good because of how like pressured Hungrybox was, and then he tomahawked.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, and like this is what I mean. Like, say, watch how he like backs up because Hungrybox advances. And he like, yeah, he doesn't drift on to like protect himself and focus on making the fair as difficult to punish as he can. Like there's just so much good stuff here.
Yeah.
Damn, this is really good melee. This is actually crazy.
Yeah. He's so far back too, which is like interesting, yeah.
But he does come forward though. That's
no, he does, yeah. That's the difference. I feel like. Oh my god.
I mean, he just does everything. Like, he just does everything right. That's why he's like the GOAT. And he light shields too. He's so good. Hungrybox is playing phenomenally well too. Like, he's playing like a 10.
Yeah. He was. I had a moment where I was like, wow, I can't believe how good he's playing. When it was FD against Cody, and Cody was like clearly baiting him to like approach in a lot of spots, but he wouldn't in like a smart way where I feel like most people would. Oh,
that was so smart. Yo, you saw what he did here?
The shield here?
Yeah, the shield after the down tilt.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But you can see like how he's like, so Hungrybox is like playing around the down tilt, right? Like
yeah.
So then he calls that out with that.
Yeah, that's gross. Oh my god.
So sick. Yo, I'm gonna save this and give it to you. Did I send you this one? Yes, I did. Cool.
Yep.
Because this is just like this I think says it all. Like we can be aggressive, we can be mean, we can make Jigglypuff pay for her sins, but yeah, we just have to do it. All right, I think we're at time. We're over time, but I'm good with that. How did that job interview go, by the way? Did you hear back from them or no?
Oh yeah, no, it actually went pretty well. I had to do another job interview like instantly at Collision. They made me do it all in French, but they said I did really well at that too. And today, they only asked me to make one social media post, but I was like, well, I don't really like your guys' social media, so I'll make this one the way it is, but here's how I think it could look like. And I made them 8 other ones, so I sent them 9 posts.
Nice.
I think that's like a good idea because it'll kind of like tell them like, yeah, I can like yeah, I can make them quick, I can make them good, whatever. So they asked me for I finished an assignment for them today, and I sent them 2 references today. So I think it's gonna go well. Yeah, I'm really hopeful because yeah, it's just so miserable not having one. Like I feel like such a bum. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping that I hear from them like this week.
Fantastic. But, okay. You know what? With any luck, this will be like with any luck, this will work out. And yeah, I'll stop the recording here. But yeah, I thought this was very productive.